lawmakers from York County. State Senator Don Kiefer and Representative Seth Grove say in part that their hearts go out to the victims, their families, and all of those affected by the senseless acts of violence. They go on to say they're praying for UPMC patients and staff, those who are injured, and for the loved ones coping with this unthinkable act. We have several crews out on the scene right now, but we are learning that West York Borough did lose a police officer. We are here all day, all night, not just on air, but online. So stick with us here on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter. We will be updating you throughout the day, and of course, CBS21.com and on air as well. But that is the very latest. I'm Jasmine Brooks. This is 21 Next, and thank you for watching.
Seeking more information. Families and of patients arriving on site should report to the parking lot of the OSS building across the street from the hospital. So again, if you are picking up someone today that was at the hospital or you need to find out more information, those are the numbers to call. And again, families of patients arriving on site should report to the parking lot of the OSS building across the street.
What's up,
from
guys?
The hospital.
Give me a little bit to update some things.
We are waiting to hear from Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who has made a statement on X earlier today about this shooting. West York Borough police officer, again, we have confirmed, has been killed in this shooting.
Wow.
We are working to bring you more information every minute. And as soon as we get some new information, we will bring it to you on fox43.com. Thanks so much for joining us.
So they're saying Governor Shapiro is about to talk. We're waiting on that. Police officer deceased. Really crazy. 4 people taken to the hospital, I believe. Lawmakers react. Yeah. Want to see what they were saying with this.
Alban donated $10 through Super Chat. I just stopped by to support your channel. Thank you.
With officials,
hey, thank you so much.
Is
Alban, thank you.
No patients were injured as a result of today's threat. However, we still don't know any extent of any other injuries inside the hospital. According to the York County Office of Emergency Management spokesperson Ted Check, police were called to the scene of a hospital because of an active threat this morning. Check was able to confirm in a press conference saying in part, quote, "The threat was neutralized and that an investigation is now underway." Check also confirmed that the hospital is now secure. We will continue to keep you updated as we gather more information right here on Fox 43, as well as on fox43.com. We will continue to keep you updated as we gather more information. Reporting in West Manchester Township in York County, I'm Tyler Bogwich, Fox 43 News.
Tyler, if we can keep you just for a couple minutes here, we want to find out a little bit more if we can. What exactly do you know about where the shooting happened in terms of the location of the hospital?
So that information is still unknown. That information is still waiting to be released. So that is something that we are still waiting to hear on where exactly in the hospital this all happened.
Tyler, just so we're clear, you only know of the fatality regarding the shooter, is that correct?
Yes, Amy, that is correct. Right now, the information that we've been given by Ted Check with the York County Office of Emergency Management has just been that the threat who came in this morning inside the hospital has been neutralized and that no patients were injured because of the threat. But like we mentioned, we still don't know the extent of any other injuries inside of the hospital. That is still something we are waiting to hear and will continue to keep you updated on. Tyler,
can you show us a little bit about, where you are? Can you show us what's going on behind you? If anything, I'm sure you're pretty far away from, where they probably don't want anyone anywhere near. But if you can, just describe, where you are back there and what you've seen today so far.
Yeah, Amy, I came here at around 11:30 this morning where I was on the front side of the hospital. And when I was out there, we saw a lot of law enforcement officers, as well as fire trucks and EMTs, as well as SWAT outside. So that was something that we saw. But a little bit later on, they moved us to the back side of the hospital. And we went around just a little bit around the corner. And there's still a heavy presence of police here. And it is expected that they will be out here all day today with this investigation that is now currently underway inside of the hospital.
Now, we know that Governor Josh Shapiro is supposedly going to be addressing the media at some point. Have you heard any update on when he will be speaking?
So we haven't heard any updates on when he will be exactly speaking, but we have been informed that he will be making his way out here to the hospital. So once we do hear that he will be here and when he does talk to media, we will continue to keep you updated as we learn more on what he has to say about today's event.
And of course, you know, he made a statement earlier on X. I have it right here. We can read it briefly. I've been briefed on the tragic shooting at UPMC Memorial Hospital in York County, and I'm on my way to the scene. So as you said, he is on his way. He says the hospital is now secure, and the members of the PA State Police and PEMA headquarters are on the ground responding alongside our local and federal partners. He says to follow the direction, of course, of local authorities and stay clear of the area. Obviously, that's huge. They don't want anyone in and around the hospital because that can cause just more confusion and more chaos. And of course, hamper the investigation as well. What else can you tell us? No one else was hurt. Is that what police there on the scene have confirmed to you?
Yeah, that's exactly what has been confirmed to us, is that no patients inside the hospital were injured because of today's events, but they still haven't given any information if there's any injuries because of police officers or doctors or nurses inside of the hospital. So that is something we're going to be closely following to see what that has to offer
really
us.
Unfortunate.
So I'm just reading here that a witness had called Fox 43 saying that multiple people had been shot inside the hospital, but you are hearing that that is not, in fact, the case.
That is still something that is unclear. I was able to actually speak with a father of one of the cardiologists inside the hospital, and they said the same thing, the father who mentioned that they are unsure of how many people were shot because of today's events or if any doctors or nurses. They just know that no patients were injured. So like we mentioned, that's definitely something we're going to keep a close eye on to see if any doctors, nurses, or police officers were hurt because of today's events.
Now, a recent Facebook post, Tyler, UPMC posted this. We've received confirmed reports of a gunman at UPMC Memorial and shots fired. The gunman is deceased and no patients have been injured. Okay, so again, this was from hours ago, so we're just trying to get an update. But they do say the hospital is secure, but is on divert. This is a fluid situation. Law enforcement is on premises and is managing the situation. We're grateful to all local law enforcement. And so, yeah, just watching this all unfold earlier today, you can see, as you're watching some of the video from earlier, a huge police presence there at UPMC Memorial Hospital. What an insane morning, really, happening right in our backyard here. Tyler, if you can, give us one more time, basically a rundown of what happened when you got there, what you saw, and what you know at this point.
Yeah, of course, Amy. I got here at around 11:15, 11:30 this morning. When I arrived here at UPMC, there was a swarm of police officers inside the parking lot. And when I arrived, I was directed up into OSS parking lot where I was able to get a wide view of everything that was going on.
Crazy Cat, let's talk about that. So I saw a tweet about that. There's supposed to be a press conference coming today. The shooter is dead, and I'm getting news that a cop is deceased as well. Let me show you about the cop, and now let's talk about the alleged suspect. There's one tweet. I don't know where they got this information from. They're alleging that this person named John Ramsey is the shooter. Let me see if that's popping up anywhere on social media. I don't see anything about that. This one person is claiming that. I don't know where their source is. Oh, there's two people saying it. There's a pretty big page that's saying it on Twitter. Oh, no, that's not a really big page, but there's two people claiming it. If that's the shooter's name, John Ramsey. We'll have to see if that's true. And there's supposed to be a press conference coming up from the governor, Shapiro. And let's talk first. First, let me jump on the cop that's deceased. Let's do that. Really sad that a cop was killed, and they're saying no patients were killed. And this is from the West York Borough. 20 minutes ago posted. Let me show you on the screen. Okay. Breaking officer killed in shooting at UPMC Memorial Hospital. Memorial Hospital in York, Pennsylvania. And it was announced officially through the West York Borough. So our West York Borough family is suffering a painful loss today in response to a tragic mutual aid call earlier today. in West Manchester Township at UPMC. Our hearts break at the innocent loss of life. Our prayers and deepest condolences go out to West York Borough Police Officer Andrew Duarte's family, and all of our brothers and sisters in the West York Borough Police Department that have lost a comrade and friend. And furthermore, our fellow borough agencies have lost a colleague. Our community grieves the loss of a hero. But we ask the communities to come together in solidarity, respect, and prayer at this time as broken hearts mourn. You are welcome to lay flowers in a show of support and respect at the 1381 West Poplar Street, West York Borough, Pennsylvania. So I wondered if the shooter, before he was killed, had killed this police officer. You know, I don't know. Maybe he was popping off. Maybe they engaged with each other. Crazy. The next thing that's kind of interesting. So, and again, this part. So the cop is confirmed to that. Let me check that out too. Cop is confirmed deceased. The alleged person's name, that's the suspect, the shooter. That I haven't been able to confirm yet. I've seen 2 tweets about it. And this is the official. Let me see here. Yeah, this is a government page. Okay. Let me just show you the government page for the West Borough. Okay. Cop dead. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, the rumor mill that's happening currently, I don't know when this press conference is happening. It's supposed to happen today. The rumor mill about the shooter, they're saying that allegedly, reportedly upset over a family member's hospice death. Wounding nurse Emily Carter, 32, security guard Michael Torres, 45, and patient Laura Simmons, wounding, 63. Police responded swiftly, killing Ramsey in a shootout. So that's the rumor mill. I haven't been able to confirm that, so take it with a grain of salt until we get confirmation. This is one of the alleged motives, that this person had a member that was in hospice and passed away. So I don't know if they're taking out their anger. There is this little official update too that they gave, I guess. Some type of small. This was, how long was this? This was an hour ago, 2 hours ago, or an hour ago. Let's check it out.
The threat has now been neutralized.
Yeah.
And an investigation is underway. So that's the statement. The hotline that's been set up for anyone who is concerned that any of their loved ones, whether they be patients, employees, or visitors, if they're concerned that they may have been here at the time of the active threat, there's 2 numbers. They both go to the same line. One is 717-849-5338. And the second number is 717-849-5334. That second number is a correction. It's incorrect online. But the second number is now, I've corrected that number. So those 2 numbers, 717-849-5338 and 717-849-5334, those have been established by the hospital for anyone who's concerned that any of their loved ones, whether they be patients, employees, or visitors, were here at the time of the active threat. So this morning, police responded.
Crazy. Josh Shapiro has been briefed on the tragic shooting and is on his way to the scene. This is Josh Shapiro's post on X. I've been briefed on the tragic shooting at UPMC Hospital in York County. I'm on my way to the scene. The hospital is now secure. PEMA HQ is on the ground responding alongside with our local and federal partners.
This morning, police responded.
Oh, let's look at this article too. Lawmakers react. Let's see.
And like we've mentioned, there is several, even dozens of police agencies out here on the scene. And a lot of people were curious this morning, asking questions about what was going on. Like we've mentioned, all we know right now is that no patients were injured because of the shooting earlier today here at the hospital, but we do not know the extent of any other injuries. And the spokesperson with the York County Office of Emergency Management did tell us that the threat was neutralized and that an investigation is undergoing as of this moment. So we will continue to keep you updated. And like you also mentioned, Governor Josh Shapiro will be making his way out here to the hospital to give a statement to media as well as to observe the situation. So once we have all that information, we will continue to keep you updated, right?
Having problems there.
All right, Tyler, I'm sorry. I was having trouble hearing you there for a little minute. Can you repeat what you just said?
And going up on the hill, I was able to observe the entire scene and what it looked like. And there was, like I mentioned, dozens of police officers or police agencies on the scene. And throughout the day, we learned that no patients were harmed because of today's shooting, but the extent of any other injuries is still unclear. We did speak with Ted Check, who is the spokesperson with the York County Office of Emergency Management, and he did confirm that the threat was neutralized.
What's up, Legendary?
An investigation is now undergoing, so we will continue to keep you updated with that, as well as when Governor Josh Shapiro makes his way out here, we will continue to keep you updated as to what he has to say about today's events.
And of course, we're hearing a lot, of course, from local representatives, State Senator Don Kiefer, State Representative Seth Grove. They've both made statements. We are deeply saddened by the tragic shooting at UPMC this morning. Our hearts go out to the victims, their families, and all of those affected by this senseless act of violence. We are immensely grateful to our local law enforcement departments, Pennsylvania State Police, UPMC officers, police, Pennsylvania game wardens, York County sheriffs, EMS, and all other emergency responders for their swift actions in securing the scene, treating the wounded, and ensuring the safety of our community. Their dedication and bravery in moments of crisis are truly commendable. As we continue to monitor this heartbreaking situation, we join our community in praying for UPMC patients and staff, those who were injured, and for the loved ones coping with an unthinkable act. We stand ready to support those impacted in any way we can. May God bless you all. You know, mentioning family members and patients and staff members, I can't imagine getting the call, Tyler, that's something, you know, or seeing, for instance, on social media that this had happened at the hospital and you knew a loved one lived there. I know they did have a hotline set up for relatives and family members to call. Do you have any of that information for us?
Amy, all of that information is on our website at fox43.com. There's two numbers on there that will direct you to a hotline with the hospital for any loved ones who may have family who works here, a friend, or somebody that you know, or if anyone thinks that a friend or family was here at the hospital today. That number is on our website at fox43.com for anyone who needs to call that number.
All right, we are just receiving confirmation right now that a police officer has a West York Borough police officer has been killed. So we are working right now to confirm more information about this, but things just changed a lot here. So again, a West York Borough police officer has been killed. We just received confirmation of that.
Give me a second, guys. I'm working on a new thumbnail.
This is a statement from UPMC. If you have family members who were there earlier today, the numbers, the hotline that Tyler was mentioning earlier, that hotline is 717-849-5338. 717-849-5338. You can also call 717-849-5334 for families of patients seeking more information. Families and of patients arriving on site should report to the parking lot of the OSS building across the street from the hospital. So again, if you are picking up someone today that was at the hospital or you need to find out more information, those are the numbers to call. And again, families of patients arriving on site should report to the parking lot of the OSS building across the street from the hospital. We are waiting to hear from Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who has made a statement on X earlier today about this shooting. West York Borough police officer, again, we have confirmed, has been killed in this shooting. We are working to bring you more information every minute. And as soon as we get some new information, we will bring it to you on fox43.com. Thanks so much for joining us.
Okay. So we're going to cover another situation too. I'm going to play this another video. But that's the news with the PA situation, a cop killed so far. We're going to be covering another situation where 2 cops are killed. So just give me a minute to load this up. Give me a second. We're going to cover that in a minute. Let this play here.
Control Center here at CBS 21 News. We are following breaking news of an active shooter situation that happened earlier this morning at UPMC Memorial Hospital in York County, specifically West Manchester Township. We have a crew on scene, multiple crews, but within the past 5 minutes, we're bringing you this update, this breaking news update out of West York Borough. I do want to remind you that a gunman is dead after this shooting inside the hospital, but now we know a police officer has died as well. Take a look at your screen. This is West York Borough's post. I will read the full thing. Our West York Borough family is suffering a painful loss today in response to a tragic mutual aid call earlier today in West Manchester Township at UPMC. Our heart breaks at the innocent loss of life. Our prayers and deepest condolences go out to the West York Borough police officer, Andrew Duarte's family, and all of our brothers and sisters in West York Borough Police Department that have lost a comrade and friend. Furthermore, our fellow borough agencies that have lost a colleague. Our community grieves the loss of a hero. So they are saying West York Borough lost a police officer today, and they have identified him as well. I want to go now to Andrew Klein, who is on the scene at UPMC Memorial Hospital. Tell us where you are, how long you've been there, and what you know.
Yeah, I got here around 12:30 to UPMC in West Manchester Township. Lots of police presence when I got here. They sent us to a little media section on the other side of where the police were. They did come down and say there was an active situation at that time. The shooter has since been neutralized. They did come and tell us that as well. They also told us 4 victims were taken to Wellspan York, which is a little under 4 miles away. That's where the nearest trauma unit is. So they're being treated over there for victims are, right now.
Andrew, from where you're sitting, do you see any police response or police still on scene from where you are now?
The side that I'm on right now, no. The police are actually kind of on the opposite side where the entrance is, where we had to come down the street to like a little parking lot area. That's where all the media is being held right now.
Okay, and the governor is on his way to the scene. Hopefully you'll be speaking with him very soon. Andrew, thank you. Joel D. Smith is on the other side of the hospital. Joel D., where are you located and what do you see?
All right, I'm the same side as Andrew because this is the media staging area. But the video you're looking at was the stuff that I gathered within the last 20 minutes. So the other side is still filled with police officers. There's probably 30 to 50 different police vehicles there, response vehicles. You see the one right in the middle right there. That's one of their vehicles that they use when they have a mass casualty event, or maybe that they're staging something for a long time. That one right there. As we heard, the situation is over when it comes to actually being dangerous, right? But this was an active shooter situation, so everybody showed up. And then once one of their own is shot and unfortunately in this situation killed, that is where everybody responds and takes it very seriously. All shootings are serious, but there's a different level when it comes to one of their own that are shot and then in this case killed. So unfortunately, that was what we were hearing before this. Now it's made official. And you can understand why they're taking this so seriously. But it's a real different feel when you're on the other side of this building, and everyone has very grim faces. People are walking out very seriously. We did see a couple, I would say, civilians walk out, but they are people that work there. I saw one family, a young child, come out with some parents at one point. But it's pretty much empty on the other side, besides just tons of vehicles there. I saw a SWAT person who was, in all the tactical gear walking out, as in looked like the situation was over. They weren't in attack mode. They weren't in serious mode anymore. They were just walking out at this point. And actually, I saw some people take off some of their protective gear as well. So the situation is not active in terms of that. It's just active in terms of response and how seriously they're taking it, because, like we just learned, one of their own has been killed here today.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you really much. I have a lot more to go over with everybody watching, because there has been a hotline release for people watching that have someone inside, and I want to give those hotlines numbers now. So UPMC set up these hotlines for families of patients looking for more information, or if they just want to get in touch with their loved ones. So here they are, those hotlines: 717-849-5338 or 717-849-5334. No patients, it's important to note, were injured in this shooting. Previous coverage you can find on CBS21.com. We have a lot more details there. As Joel D said, this hospital is now secure. We do know that, but it is still, filled with police, as you can imagine. 4 people taken to a nearby hospital. The gunman now dead.
I'm not sure what you said, Chair. Bear. Heist, dead cop, gamble, wounded at UMC. Hard to take you serious. I don't know what that means at all. A cop is dead. I'm not sure. All right, so we're gonna move to the next stream, because there was these 2 cops that were killed in Virginia Beach. So I'm gonna transfer you guys, and we're gonna keep updating everything today. This is just, very sad situation at this hospital that we covered earlier today. The cop was killed. I don't know if any other deaths yet. There are people that are in the hospital. And just crazy. So, that makes 3 cops today killed so far, because we have 2 cops in the other situation. Insane. And Josh Shapiro is supposed to give us an update later. Hey, Dusty Lane, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I know the chat's like losing their mind. Calm down, relax. We're going to the next stream. Slow down, relax. All right, so we're jumping over to the next stream now. I'm going to transfer you guys. Let me drop the link in the chat too, in case you don't get transferred. There's the link. All right, so I'm going to move you guys right now.